Hi, I'm Asha Vis, and by the way, I call myself Vis even though my last name is Viswanathan because I got tired of people murdering my name. So I decided that I would call myself Asha Vis after my husband renamed his last name too. And I'm here today to share some of my experiences. I moved to the US in 1981, and I'm here working at a local high tech company in Sunnyvale called NetApp. And I've been working in the high tech world for probably since I came in 1981 because I started off with Varian Associates initially. But that was actually the good days, I can say, after we started off with Varian. But prior to that was my rude awakening of my real move to the US. So I was all excited, westward ho, waiting to come over here. And when I got married, my husband had to unfortunately relocate to India for his family reasons. And so we lived in India. And then when he decided to move back over to the US, within a year after our marriage, I'm like, oh yes, let's go, because I graduated. I was a 20-year-old all ready to go. And he said, no, hang on. Let me take the dog, which is a poodle from the US, which was always number one in his life. And he said, let me take the dog and go first, and then you follow in a couple of months after I get a job. And I said, no, this sounds really fishy. I think this guy's got a different plan. I think he's got something going on over there, and I don't trust him. Even though I knew him for a year, all of a sudden I lost all my trust in him. And I said, nope, I'm coming right with you. And he begged and spoke to my mom and said, can you please convince your daughter to not come right away with me? I have no money. I've wiped out everything and relocated back. I cannot take a wife and a dog with no job. What am I going to do? And so finally my mom convinced me to go a little later. But the later was only 2 weeks. I gave him like 2 weeks and said, you better get your act together and I will be there. And I arrived here, and I arrived in New York. And it's funny, when I arrived at the airport, my first experience, I sat in the car and all of a sudden the car moved. I'm like, how did he start it? There's no noise. There's nothing going on right now. And it was like just gliding. So I absolutely couldn't understand why this car was moving without any work on it. Obviously, it was an 8-cylinder smooth car, and having been used to all the Indian cars and roads, this was like a flight basically on the road. And I was so thrilled. I'm like, I'm in the US, I'm in New York, great. And then I land up and he takes me to an apartment. And that was a rude awakening number one, which was a bunch of bachelors in an apartment. And I'm like, oops, how long am I going to stay here? And so we managed to get a room, and I cooked for them and so on. That was for about a week. And later on, he said, okay, I got to go job hunting. I got to go to all these states and so on. So I don't know what exactly to do with you because I told you not to come. But let's go to Ohio first, because I have a friend who's a professor and his wife is willing to host you. So we both went over there, and he started interviewing, and he was going to get a job there. And I told him, no, I don't like the snow. It was a March time frame. I said, go find something else that's sunny. So he said, okay, my ex-boss has moved to California. And he says there's a place called the Silicon Valley, and he says that he moved away from Kansas, and he said, this is heaven, Ram. You got to come over here. Don't go anywhere else. And so he said, I got to go to California and go look for a job. And I said, what about me? And he's like, no, you wait here with my friend. And what about the dog? No, you keep the dog too, he said. I'm like, oh, okay. Now I get to take care of the dog in a strange friend's house, cook them dinner every day, cook them lunch every day, stay alone in the apartment. I don't know anybody out there. And then all of a sudden I'm walking the dog over in the rain, etc. But before we even landed up in Ohio, on our way, we had this nice car. You know, I'm not blaming him. He got a nice car. He rented it. And we were coming down, and he had to stop for gas. And when he stopped for gas, I was like so thrilled, not because he stopped at a gas station, because I saw the popcorn machine. And I've never seen such huge bags of popcorn back home. So I said, can I get one of those big bags of popcorn from that store at the gas station? And he said, can we not buy it right now? Can we just do it some other time? And I'm like, why? I just want the popcorn now. Can we not munch while we drive? And he said, not really. I don't think we should spend our money on popcorn right now. And that was it. I was like so shocked and got so scared. What have I done? Why did I come so early to a country, to a man who doesn't have any money here? He's borrowed like $500 from 3 different people. And I'm not used to not getting money or getting something. When you ask for something, you get it. I mean, because that's how I was raised, and that's how he was when he was in India. And all of a sudden, he won't even buy me popcorn. And that scared me totally. But anyway, I can't do anything. I'm here. I couldn't go back. I got to keep up my word. So I stayed on in Ohio in his friend's house after we met him. And we stayed there in Ohio, and he moved on. He went over to California, as he said, to start doing his interviews. And I would walk the dog in the snow and watch the snow. And though I loved snow and I was always longing to see snow, I really got tired of it. After a while, it was like snow, snow everywhere. I can't go out. It was so depressing. So I couldn't really release all this or show all this to their friends. I pretended as if I was very happy in their house. So at night when they went to sleep, I would just go cuddle in my bed and I would just cry for hours and then cry myself to sleep like a little baby. And that 1 week I'll never forget in my life. But then I kept thinking, okay, there's something exciting that'll happen. Fortunately, by God's grace, he got a job within a couple of weeks after going to California. And then I came over, and that was the good part. And as soon as I came over, of course, where's the hotel? Let's enjoy that. Where's the tub? Where's this? And all that stuff. And I enjoyed everything for about a week. And then I started getting bored. This life is like TV, hotel room, nowhere outside, no driving, no entertainment. And in the evening, my husband comes back from work. He says, nope, I'm too tired. I can't go shopping. Got to go to work next day. And I think it was just an excuse. He was basically not willing to spend on shopping again. So that's how he went on, and I said, it's like, I'm done with this. 1 week of hotel, done. I got to get a job. And then I started working, and I told him to look for in his company. And again, by God's grace, I got a job right in his company. We moved into an apartment, and that's when the whole working career started and never stopped since I started in the Silicon Valley. Been through all the various high-tech companies, including the infamous Tandem Computers, AMD, SGI, Selectron, VMware, and now NetApp. And so I love Silicon Valley, I love California, I love the US, and I try to use the best of the East and the West. I use all the value system and all the stuff that I learned. I've become way more spiritual than before. I've become way more appreciative of the Indian heritage, including the religion, the culture, everything, the understanding is deepened. And I enjoy the infrastructure over here, the weather over here and everything, so I couldn't complain. So I just love it here. Thank you.